Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to be talking about the Bushiroad English Conference Spring 2025, where we got to see a lot of title announcements. So many of you are going to be excited with what was actually announced. This happened during the middle of the night in Japan because there was a tournament. Congratulations to the top 8 that have made it, and congratulations to Jose, who's wearing that awesome jacket. He won with 7 deadly sins. He flashed Hendrickson at the end, did a celebratory leap over Quince, which hurt my heart just a little bit just because I love Quince. But I think it's also cool that you won with 7 deadly sins. So congrats there. Now, before I begin here, if you have any questions or comments, feel free to write it down below. Use my email. Find me on X. If you're going to buy off TCG Player, do that. And new channel members, if you join, let me know if you want to be a part of the Discord. Now, here we go. Fairy Tale Chronicle set comes out July 3rd, 2025. You can find this through Bushiroad Expo or the Bushiroad Global Online Store. Limited to 500. Here is the breakout of cards. But more importantly, all cards in the set are specially foiled with a textured finish, making them extra shiny because who doesn't like extra shiny? It's always great, especially if you have a card easel and fancy lights. Now, there are signatures. You can check them out right there, or you could just look at these fine cards on the screen. So, congratulations to people that have been hoping for Fairy Tale in some form to appear on the English side once more. Now, moving here, Azur Lane, volume number 2. Dang, it's like I'm Nostradamus. I mean, there's tons of people out there that knew this one was coming. I semi laugh when people were thought that this was not going to come because, yeah, they made so much money off it. They reprinted it. There's a second edition. It's all very expensive. And here it is. And especially for me, because I love these two cards on the screen. I can't wait to get my hands on this rune. It's going to be very exciting, and you will have an opportunity to do this because pre-orders will start sailing soon. Yeah, they're going to come for your money sooner than later, which is interesting because reprints, as I mentioned before, will they end up reprinting? Because you can see first edition boxes really expensive, second edition of boxes really, really expensive, and then you potentially could have, in my mind, I don't think a reprint's necessary at this point, but I think it would be funny to see a third edition in bronze coloring. Something about that just makes me want to see it actually happen. I want to see it. Please make it happen. Now, this is interesting because Nikke is already out here. And why I point to Nikke is because when I think about Azur Lane 2, what has happened with Azur Lane number 1, what do you think the price is going to reflect of current sets? Azur Lane 2, I imagine, would end up just kind of like how Nikke did. And we're seeing that unfold right before our eyes. And Nikke is already announcing a reprint. So make sure when you think about this, think about your budget and how much you want to spend and the titles that I'm telling you about, because it's all going to become very, very painful if you like every one of these sets. If you don't like all of them, then I guess you're good. But I could see there's people out there that are already trying to figure out, should I pre-order some Azur Lane 2 or should I get in with the reprint of Nikke, which is actually funny because I don't know if you took a look out there in the world to see what the prices of the reprint is. Some people are factoring in tariffs, some people are not. And that is a big consideration when you think about the sets that I'm about to tell you. Okay, so make sure to think through that one. Now with Nikke, I know there's a ton of new people that joined Weiss Schwarz because of Nikke. You may not know what to actually do with these cards other than collect them and stare at them, but you do realize that this is an actual game. There are demo sessions that are coming to a store near you in July, and if you complete the demo, you will receive 1 out of the 4 playmat designs, a deck box, and a PR card. Also, if you bring a friend, you will get this special foil PR card. Interesting. Yes, New World Modernia. And next is, if you're really good at the game, there is a Meister Cup that's going to be taking place. 50 stores, PR Plus card. Yeah, this card's going to be freaking expensive. Just know that ahead of time. Piercing Red Fang. Yeah, it's going to be exciting. Now, next one. This is going to be one of those ones where, yeah, told you so. Fujimi Fantasia Bunko, volume number 2. That was definitely coming because they watered down some of the art. They didn't do that to all the cards, but they did that to a decent number of them. And I know people were slightly disappointed with the set because of that. Now, when you take a look here, this is going to be two of my favorite cards. Yes, we got the Rias, we got the Kurumi, so no worrying about maybe I missed High School DxD on the Osica side, because you have a chance on the English side to at least get this through Fujimi Fantasia Bunko Volume number 2. Now, if you didn't see this one coming, pre-orders are coming soon. Also, begs the question again about a reprint. Booster boxes on TCG Player, $889.95. The sales history down below is going to be of Fujimi Fantasia Bunko Volume 2 Japanese version. Yes, people have been selling it out there. You can see on April 29th, 6 of them went for $54. Interesting enough, on the 27th, someone bought one for $67.99, and it was a damaged box. I think they believe in the whole damaged box give you better luck. Who really knows? That caught my eye, just seeing that price that you would pay for a damaged box. Trial deck, anyways, $200.48 plus $5 shipping. We shall see. I mean, the cards inside the trial deck, very amazing. We'll see if they show up with a reprint or not. I mean, if Bushiroad loves money, I think you do it. But again, the art inside of there may cause people to go, maybe you don't reprint. Maybe you don't. Anyways, Booster Box Konosuba 2 re-edit. Aren't you excited? I'm excited for this one. I love Konosuba, one of my favorite animes that I discovered through Weiss Schwarz. And that's why I say I love Weiss Schwarz, because it is somewhat of a guide on anime that I could potentially watch. Oh my god, look at Darkness, Megumin. You got Aqua over there shooting off some water. Yeah, there you go. Pre-orders will be starting soon. If you do not know about what this actually is, it's a combination of set number 1 and set number 2. Originally came out on the Japanese side on February 28th, 2020. And you have all of these wonderful SPs inside of there. So if you're wondering if people were trying to nail you for, like that Aqua card on the very top right for really expensive amounts of money, you have your shot of getting it once more, plus some extra cards inside of there, as you can see down below on new. And I will say this right away. I don't know exactly what's coming on the English side. Maybe they changed some of this from the original Japanese release, but at least this gives you some kind of guide on what came out over there. And by the way, I love freaking Union. She's amazing, and I do serve the Soviet Union, and so does Alia. Yeah, she was superimposed onto that picture on Reddit, but hey, what do you know? What do you know? Yeah, Union's the best. I don't care. It's a little sad that she barely has any friends whatsoever, but hey, one day I look forward to Union being very socially accepted. Yeah, there we go. The Eminence in Shadow English exclusive booster pack trial deck and supply set coming soon. How soon, you may ask? Pre-orders are not starting soon, so you have a little bit of time to wait. Did I get you there? Yeah, it was kind of funny that they just kept going. Pre-orders, 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 and this one, nah, you got some time, but hey, I will say there's been people that have been waiting for this set to be announced, and there you go. It was quite interesting to see, because this came out for Rebirth for you, which I would imagine would have meant that the JP side of Weiss Schwarz would have wanted it. But maybe because they got it on Rebirth for you, that maybe it was okay to move over here as an English exclusive. Who really knows? But here are two of the cards that was inside of Rebirth for you. Yeah, there you go. Get excited, people. It's going to be a fun, fun time. Girls Band Cry, just so you remember, Trial Deck Premium Booster Box pre-orders May 9th, 2025. So you only have a few days left to decide on that one. GGO2, May 23rd pre-orders end. Make sure to go out there and get that as well. Here you go. Don't forget, AGRs are not inside of here. You got it replaced with a sir, but at least you still get some autograph signatures that are stamps. Stamps. Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately for the English side, we don't get hand signed. We get them stamps, but at least you get the set if you've been waiting for it. Now, here is your release schedule. I will say right away that I'm excited for this, because when I looked at this schedule before this announcement, I was just very sad. I'm like, man, not much to actually go on here. We got Rurouni Kenshin with no signature. Licorice Recoil was, I love Licorice Recoil. So I will say that's something that's exciting for me. Hatsune Miku, I know some people are really excited for that. Then now you got the Fairy Tale Chronicles set. Then you got Bang Dream, Ave Musica, Maiko, Disney Mirrorverse, which I know you can't get over here outside of 5 different countries. Girls Band Cry and SAO Gun Gale Online too. And when you look at that schedule, I see it in the comments that people are like, there's nothing really for me. I can't wait to actually save money for once. But then you have this. You have this, and I know some people out there are definitely going to spend money, and then you also have the whole Nikke reprint. So lots to consider. And then maybe one day, because Sneaker Bunko also too got watered down, we will see if volume 2 shows up. And I don't know if they could smuggle in volume number 1, but we shall see what happens there. If you could do Fujimi Fantasia Bunko volume 2, if you could put Azur Lane volume 2, if you could put Nikke with every one of those arts inside of there, surely you can bring over Sneaker Bunko volume 2. I don't know if one is possible. Maybe they're going to, maybe they had to do a little fancy editing. I don't know. I just feel like we're in a different world and maybe they can actually bring that over. I will hold out hope for that one because, man, Sneaker Bunko, very expensive. But looking at this schedule and considering that SAO GGO2 is September 5th, this rounds out the end of the year very nicely for me because thinking about what we had there versus what I'm seeing here on the screen, gonna be amazing when it comes to and lots to consider, especially when you think about tariffs or not tariffs like that, like stores factoring in and some stores that are not factoring in. So make sure when you do purchase from different places to figure out or even ask them, if tariffs do happen, are you going to charge more and just take it on the chin? Some will and some won't. So it's always very important to check with who you are purchasing through what the outcome is actually going to be ahead of time so that you're not surprised. Then you can choose who you want to buy through. But as always, like I said, feel free to reach out to me through the video, through my email, through X, any different way. And as always, have fun, be happy, and don't spend anything outside of your budget. Have a good one.